I only drive Uber at night. Less traffic, fewer questions. People don't talk as much when the sun's down, especially the ones leaving bars or sneaking out of houses they weren't supposed to be in. They just want to get home or anywhere that's not where they came from. And that's fine with me. I don't like talking much either. It was a Thursday. One of those long, humid nights where even the breeze feels tired. I'd been driving for 6 hours, already done with 9 rides, and was just about to log off when I got the ping. 1:44 a.m. Pickup, County Road 27. Passenger, no name. I almost declined. That road was a bit out of my usual radius, near the edge of town, where the pavement gives up and the trees lean too close to the road. No streetlights, no service. But it was a 2.5 X surge, 25-minute ride, guaranteed. I took it, because money's still money, even if it's coming from somewhere you don't usually go. The road was darker than I remembered. I'd been down there once years ago, delivering furniture for a guy who lived in a prefab cabin in the woods. I remember the way the asphalt cracked into gravel and how fast the night swallowed your headlights. But tonight felt different. The quiet was heavier. There were no bugs, no wind, no noise except my tires crunching on loose stone and the soft hum of the engine. The pin on the app led me to a gravel pull-off just past a narrow wooden bridge. There was no house nearby, no mailbox, just forest on both sides and an old green electrical box with a faded sticker that read, County Utility District, keep out. I waited. No one came out. After a minute, I tapped the call button on the app. No signal. I was about to cancel the ride when the back passenger door clicked open. I didn't even hear footsteps. The guy who got in was tall and thin, dressed in a black hoodie with the hood up, and old jeans that looked a size too big. His shoes were covered in dried mud. He didn't say a word, just slid in, pulled the door shut, and stared straight ahead. I glanced at him in the rearview mirror. Couldn't see his face, just his jaw, pale, tight, like he was clenching something behind his teeth. "You good?" I asked. He nodded once. I checked the destination on the app. It had finally loaded. End of Cinder Road. No number, no zip code, no city, just end. I should have canceled. I should have told him to get out and driven away. But I didn't. Because money's still money. And I'm not the kind of guy who gets scared of quiet passengers. Or, at least, I wasn't. Cinder Road isn't on any map. At least not on Google, or Waze, or Apple Maps. I checked 3 times while driving. The app still showed my location as County Road 27, even after we'd passed 4 different turns. "Is it off-grid?" I asked. The guy in the back didn't answer. I peeked at him in the mirror again, still staring straight ahead. His hands were resting in his lap. No phone, no watch, no movement at all. The silence started to get under my skin. I reached for the dial, flipped on the radio. Static. Every station, not even a weak signal. That never happens out here. Even in the rural stretches, you usually get country, or some late-night preacher talking about fire and damnation. But now, nothing. Just that faint, crackling nothing. The road narrowed. The trees got closer, crowding the edges of my headlights. My GPS hadn't updated in 10 minutes. It still said I was searching for network. No signal, no ETA, no idea how far we had to go. And then I saw it, a mile marker, but not the normal kind. It was wooden, handmade, just a post sticking out of the ground with white paint smeared across it. Mile 6, 6 miles down a road that doesn't exist. I glanced in the mirror. The guy was smiling now, just barely, enough to show a few teeth. They didn't look clean. We passed mile 7, then mile 8. The numbers were uneven, some crooked, some nearly hidden by overgrown grass. Then we passed mile 6 again. I blinked, checked the odometer. It had gone up. We hadn't turned around. We were still driving straight, but we passed mile 6 again, then mile 7, then mile 8, then mile 6. My throat dried up. I slowed the car, looked over my shoulder. No one was behind us. Just forest. No other roads. No signs. No moonlight. Just endless miles of a road that kept repeating. "Hey," I said, my voice cracking. "Are you messing with me?" No answer. I looked into the rear view. The seat was empty. The seat was empty, but I hadn't heard the door open. The lock hadn't clicked. The dome light hadn't come on. Nothing. Just a slow, creeping emptiness in my gut, like I was being hollowed out from the inside. I pulled over, killed the engine, sat in total silence with my hazard lights blinking against the trees, opened the back door. Empty. Just mud on the seat. The same dried, flaking kind that had been on his shoes. I closed the door, got back in, and stared at the Uber app. The ride was still active. The timer kept ticking. Estimated arrival. Unknown signal. Searching rider. Status in vehicle. I tried to end the ride. The app froze. The screen pulsed once, like a heartbeat, then went black. And then I saw it, for just a second, before the screen glitched again. A message. White text on a black background. Passenger history not found. Then it flashed again. Ride in progress. The air in the car grew heavy. I turned the key, but the engine didn't respond. The headlights dimmed, then brightened, and then behind me, from the speakers, came a voice I'll never forget. You said yes. It wasn't angry, wasn't loud, just final, like a receipt being printed after you sign. I turned and looked at the back seat. Still empty, but the smell was there now. Rotting leaves, damp earth, something sweet but sickly, like fruit left too long in the sun. And there was something else, a sound, breathing, right behind my seat. Slow, rhythmic, but not human. Too deep, too wide, like a bellows exhaling fire. I hit the gas. The engine roared to life like nothing had happened. The road stretched out again in front of me. But this time, there were no mile markers, just endless, featureless gravel. And up ahead, barely visible in the fog, another vehicle. A car. Flipped onto its side. Windows shattered, hood smoking. And next to it, a phone. Lit up, still recording. I stopped the car. Not because I wanted to. Because the brakes locked by themselves. The vehicle ahead sat like a carcass in the middle of the road. A silver sedan, flipped on its side, the undercarriage still steaming. One wheel was spinning slowly, not from wind, just inertia, like it had flipped only moments ago. The fog thinned just enough for me to make out the license plate, Texas, but the number was scratched out, or burned, like something had reached under the paint and scraped away the identity. I stepped out. The air outside was freezing now. My breath came out thick and white, like I'd walked into a meat locker. Trees loomed close on both sides, silent, watching. I walked up to the wreck and saw the phone, still glowing. Still raw, the screen showed a front-facing video. A man, eyes wide, face streaked with blood and sweat. He was inside a car. Mine. He was screaming something, but there was no audio, just his mouth moving. Desperate, panicked. And then he turned to the back seat. His face collapsed into horror, and the video ended. I picked up the phone. The file was still open. Timestamp, 3:17 a.m. Same time the ride had started. Same time everything turned. I looked around. No sign of anyone. No blood. Just another whisper behind me. He didn't listen either. I turned fast. No one there. But on the fogged-up rear window of my car, written from the inside, were 3 words: "Not your turn." I ran back to the driver's seat, started the car. The road behind me was gone. Nothing but trees. No way back, only forward. The app had updated again. Now it showed a single line of text. Continue to destination. And now. The voice in the backseat wasn't whispering. It was breathing. Heavier, closer. I didn't dare look, because deep down, I knew. The ride wasn't for him. It was for me. I don't remember driving, but I must have, because the trees blurred past me like a tunnel of shadows, and the headlights kept cutting through fog that never ended. I don't remember pressing the gas or steering. I just remember moving forward, slowly, unwillingly, like something had taken my hands. The app didn't say how far, just continue to destination. No map, no name, just that command. I glanced at the rearview mirror once, only once, and I saw him. Not the man I picked up, not anymore. He filled the back seat, a shape too large for the space, bones that clicked when he moved, skin stretched too thin, like plastic melting over wires. His eyes were too many, some open, some stitched shut, and when he smiled, I looked away. I had to, because if I looked too long, I knew I'd forget where I was. I'd forget who I was. The road opened. We came into a clearing. No buildings, no city, just a field of abandoned cars. Hundreds of them, all facing the same direction, all with doors open, keys and ignitions, lights still blinking. I slowed to a stop. The app flashed. You have arrived. I turned off the ignition, and everything went dark. No headlights, no dashboard, no sound, except for one click. The back door opening. I didn't look, didn't speak. I just listened as something stepped out onto the gravel. Each footfall soft but final. Then the door shut. The air warmed, the app reset, and the ride disappeared from my history. I reversed out of the field, found a road I didn't recognize, made it back to the highway just before sunrise. I never told anyone, but sometimes I still check my ride log. Most are normal, except for one entry, dated 1 month ago. No route, no fare, just a time, 3:17 a.m., and one line of text, last ride of the night, completed. Some passengers don't leave reviews, some roads don't show up on maps, and some rides don't end where you expect. Thanks for riding with Trucker of the Night. Keep your doors locked, and if the app ever says unknown destination, don't accept it.